Welcome to today's training on why and how to host a gathering of champions, a monthly gathering of champions. So I'm really excited to have you tune in on this training because I believe hosting what we'll refer to as a GOC, Gathering of Champions, monthly is going to make all the difference in the world in creating helping you to build a healthy organization that not only exists, but grows and duplicates, is healthy and vibrant. So first of all, what is a gathering of champions and why? So a gathering of champions is an opportunity to gather your team together, starting even with just one person. So when do you begin? As soon as you have your first promoter. If you have a partner, spouse, AKA spouse, from day one, you want to either attend a gathering of champions or host a gathering of champions yourself. So again, even if you have one person you can meet for coffee, you want to treat this like a business and it will grow like a business. Okay. So you want to have a monthly time that you set aside every single month for this event. Why is it so important? Well, it's important to gather with your team, to build relationships, okay, to be intentional about looking back over the past month. As you'll see in the agenda in a moment, you're going to look back over the past month and celebrate. You're going to celebrate the past month, everyone. And as your team grows, you have more people sitting around the table or a living room celebrating, sharing at least one thing, one positive thing about their business, which is important because mindset is absolutely critical to your success. They say attitude determines your altitude. So you'll notice in a few minutes, we start with that. But gathering together, again, why? Gathering together monthly to share successes, to share wins, to set the agenda for the month. What is it that we need to focus on as an organization? That's important. Setting goals, critical. Okay, but just being together. This business, one of the best things that keeps people in this business is you think about products. Well, yes, people, that's definitely number one. People love the products, the science behind the products. But the reason why people stay in the business more than anything is personal growth, which happens here, leadership development, which you'll see happens here, and relationships. Relationships is the glue. It's one of the things that I'm most grateful for out of this business myself. You can feel so lonesome in the beginning when you start this business if you don't have a community to be a part of, okay? Either in person or at least online where you're gathering with others. So very, very important. When do we suggest having a gathering of champions? I suggest Saturday, the first Saturday of the month is a great time to do it. But you know what? Don't get so stuck up on when. Set a time and do your best to stick to that every month so that people can see that you're serious, that you're consistent, you're professional, and they can count on it. When they know they can count on something, you'll see your team show up, okay? So I know that things can come up, trips and things like that, and vacations, but do your very, very best. And if you can't be there, do your best to have it go on in somebody else, hosted by somebody else, facilitated by somebody else. So again, first Saturday's a great time. We started off doing it as a breakfast, and then it ended up becoming a dinner. And I used to feel strongly one way or the other, and I've come to the conclusion of however it is, just gather monthly. That's the important part. And now we love dinner the most, because we found that breakfasts were hard, dinners were easier for people to get babysitters, enjoy a night out, celebration, community. Again, ours is most of the time is in person. Who should host a gathering of champions? Well, I would say, ideally Emerald directors and above, but if you don't have one, anyone can host it because as you're going to learn here shortly, corporate produces, I put together a news for your gathering of champions, corporate news for your gathering of champions. So we make sure that we have everything you need to where you basically just get together, I say, put on a pot of Neolife tea, a pitcher of Neolife tea, and you've got a party, right? We take care of everything. You're ready to go. So anyway, anyone can do this, but it's a good idea for if you have an Emerald director, that's a great place to begin. But again, start where you're at, okay? Who should But what's the best place to have the event? Well, I've had different opinions over this of this through the years, but I would say any place so long as it works for you and your team. Okay, we started off at a little breakfast place that was, or it wasn't a breakfast place. It was a restaurant that wasn't open in the morning, and we got together and had shakes. We have had it at restaurants, at different. We were living out in California. We ended up settling on our home. That's not best for everyone, but it's something we all look forward to gathering at our home once a month. Okay, we've had kids and not had kids. However, generally, I recommend not having kids, even though we love kids, we love family, we love that. We're huge proponents of that. But sometimes it's nice to have one evening for adults so they can kind of relax, enjoy relationships, and focus in on their business. Okay. How long is a gathering of champions? 60 to 90 minutes. But you'll have, as you build a healthy community, you'll have people that want to stay longer. That's another reason that we found it's nice to do it in the evening versus in the morning. It could take up a lot more time than sometimes we had to give on Saturdays. So evening is kind of a natural time when people need to head on, and it made it just so many reasons that work better for us. So, but I would say 60 to 90 minutes. And then, fellowship. Now, what we do with our Dinner of Champions, but it's a gathering called a GOC, we have people bring like a potluck. Everybody brings a dish, and we all look forward to it all month long. And that way, no one's having to do all the work, and it's that much more fun that way. Can you host? And by the way, we have in the Neolife, in fact, I should show you, I'm reading off some of these points that I'm covering in materials that we've produced to help this be simple, turnkey, and easy for you to do. So let me share with you real quick where this is at, these tools that we provide for you. You're going to find this in the, let me pull up this, there we go. All right. I'm going to pull up a Facebook group. We post it every month in, here we go, every month in the Neolife Business Builders with Josh Clark Facebook group. This is a group that's for Neolife promoters. It's not for guests. It's not for prospects. It's just for Neolife business builders. And in here, we have something called guides. So you'll want to click on guides right here. And when you click on guides, you'll find, check this out. Look at this, Monday. Here's where all the leadership calls are. And then you'll find business training. And sometimes these guides I reorganize them, but guide 3 at this point, but it's called Gathering of Champions, also known as Breakfast of Champions. You'll see right there, there's the May 2021, or getting ready to post the June Gathering of Champions. And again, you have a Word document, so you can make edits if you want, or a PDF. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll find that we also have a PDFs of a Q&A and a suggested agenda. Okay, so you can check all of that out. It's right there. Again, it's under guides. All right, so again, back to the points that we were covering that are in these documents, so that it's just turnkey for you. Let's take a look at what does the agenda look like. Let's take a look. Let me roll through the agenda with you. So let's say it's at, maybe you have dinner at 6. Okay, if you're doing a dinner. Again, sometimes it's shakes for breakfast and then a gathering, but it could be whatever. Just do it. Just do it. But let's say it's dinner like us. Okay, so let's say we're going to have maybe dinner at 6:30, and then we're going to start at 7. We might even start around the table by, first thing is we'll open in prayer, and then during the eating, we'll ask everyone to share a win. We'll welcome everybody, welcome them in. We will then ask everybody to share a win for the month. And as they come along, each person around the table will then also recognize even the smallest achievements, things like, have their first, online business launch, Zoom event. Maybe there's a catalog launch online where they invited people to learn about the products or whatever it is. We celebrate everything from events. They're just getting started, getting their 3 for free, hitting manager, senior manager, executive manager, and so on. Always celebrate. And as you celebrate, you'll find the causes for celebration will get bigger and bigger. Okay. So don't miss out on that. And then after everybody goes around and shares a win, then we'll do a little product spotlight where we might just do 5 minutes and ask somebody just to go in the back office and learn a few facts about that particular product and share that. It doesn't need to be in-depth training, but it's great because it helps put a spotlight on a different product each month. And then you can also, after that, we'll share corporate updates, which you'll find in the news for the Gathering of Champions. By the way, if I didn't say this earlier, while I like it in person, it can also be online. And we know people doing very successful events over Zoom. So that works as well. We know people who have multiple groups all tied in, different living rooms all tied in to a main host, and they'll call on people at the different events. So listen, with technology, the options are endless, but I do feel that being in person is even better because more and more we're introducing people to our products and our business opportunity online, but you still need to have it local. If you have local people, start building a local team as well. And people in other cities can start their own, right? So again, decide how you want to do it, but the format looks much the same. So you share the corporate updates, and then we have a little personal development nugget because it's critical that we continue growing and developing in this business. And so we have each month, I prepare that for you. And if you want to do something else, substitute it, that's great too. But I suggest have something, and we'll have people kind of go around the table and read a paragraph, or everybody share in reading it. We also print out copies for everybody so that they can take that home with them and read the rest of it, because we don't necessarily cover everything in it. We might just cover the highlights that I feel or you feel are important to cover that month, but we'll send it home. If it's online, again, you can show them how to download it where they can have it. I always keep my printout of Gathering of Champions on my desk throughout the month, so that way I'm reminded of what are the things that I want to be focused in on that month. So again, and you might want to take the Word document that we provide and edit it yourself and throw a couple other things in there. That's fine too. But anyhow, personal development. And then we'll ask everybody to share a goal for the month. And that's kind of rapid fire, but that's important. We ask them to share a goal and for it to be specific so that it's measurable and attainable. Not just, I want to build a bigger business. I want to talk to people this month, but like, what is something that you can define that we could celebrate next month? When you come back, it might be the thing you celebrate, right? And we can all encourage them, and it provides a very supportive community for people to dream, set goals, step up, and achieve. And then finally, you might remind them of any upcoming events that are happening and close out the meeting. And then afterwards, have as much as the host, you decide how late the party goes. But you can have, sometimes I've heard of them going on for hours afterwards if you want it to. And that's what's beautiful about a team, having fun together, building relationships and locking arms. And together, when we don't feel isolated or alone, again, over Zoom or in person, it makes it that much more fun, and your promoters will stick around and succeed. Because remember, the hardest part in any business is the first 90 days and the first year in this business, right? This is your business. Nobody's telling you to show up. Nobody's telling your team to show up. You can't make them. You can't force them. You want to help them dream, set goals, and then provide a community. It's starting with just one person, your first promoter. Get started. So I hope this has encouraged you to go out there and commit right now, even if it's just you and your spouse or you plus one person. Get started if you don't have one that you can join that's local to you. Ideally, and it's already happening in cities where there's lots all over the place. I dream of a time when we'll have them in every single community. Will be a gathering of champions where people love being there, not just because they're celebrating zeros added to their paycheck, but they're celebrating the income, the impact, the freedom, and that this business provides, and the community, the rich relationships. So go out and have fun, make this business fun. And I look forward to hearing your stories and celebrating your success and seeing your organization winning together, stepping up, winning together, traveling together. And this is the beginning of that. Making it to a future world team vacation starts, I think, with a gathering of champions. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.